Oh, here we go again. Send some invites out and I'll be back. What's up, Takara? I think one of the most frustrating parts of doing these lives is we can have an hour-long private conversation and there's more nuggets of gold dropped in that hour than some of these 5-hour-long shows. It's just it's amazing the way the filtration works in this place. How subtle it is, how it is just, it's like the excuses for why are already pre-programmed in, but it's not even, the excuses aren't actually the formula, they're just the mask for that formula. The interference just seems to come a lot heavier when I'm doing these shows. I'm gonna wait for my guests to come up. If anybody would like to join, you can feel free to request. Code, I see you out there. Feel free to come on up. We do have a topic we're going to discuss here in a minute. Not going to be a long one this evening. It's going to be hopefully a focused discussion on a particular topic. I'm sure it'll lead to more deeper analysis of the formulas, patterns, and ways that it moves us. At least the ways it attempts to move us. I almost didn't even do this show because the depth that I'm feeling right now is, it's like raw pain comes with raw awareness. They're hand in hand. Being aware in this place, what it is, what it's doing, feeling it viscerally, it's one of the main deterrents that it has. To keep us seeking comfort, complacency, and conformity. Seeking the arms of that which betrays us. Not even knowing who that traitor is or what it is. The scripted nature, the intended design of every effect in this place. How each of us feels every moment of every day is due to a formulation, a designed, intended formula. What's up, Discord? Says I can't even invite you up. That's interesting. was going to do a short form video last night at the peak of what I was experiencing in the form of the implanted formula that was generating so much despair and pain. And sometimes I feel like the retaliation to that is just to put it out there, what's being experienced in that moment. And it's not easy to do. But the intent behind it is to show through what it's doing as an intended point of vulnerability, to reveal that shows the formula of how it's playing out these same designs to instigate that vulnerability in each of our lives. How goes it, Discog?
Uh-oh.
I heard you breathing.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Oh, I love it. No, it's good.
It's okay, I'm listening.
How's it going?
Do you really want to know?
Oh yeah, I want to know if it's playing the same design out on you at the same time. How you been
Well,
feeling? How did you feel between last night and today? For me, it's been a blur. Feels like last night is right now. But how about you?
thank you. Thank you for asking. Don't ask me if you don't really want to know. Well, it's very hazy here right now and has been today, and I have been so tired and sleepy. And I went with a neighbor to a place, and we encountered the No Kings protest people on the way there. And this woman was like, there was a lot of people there, and this woman was like using her phone to film. We were at a stoplight, and like at us, and I tried to shield myself because like I may be in public, but I'm a private person. At least I intend to be. And it was a lot of energy, a lot of chaos. And then just a few minutes ago, I got a text from the movement, the No Kings movement, and it said, "Now that you've marched, connect further with us." I'm like, what the fuck? How did they?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that
Trying to
was,
pull you in, aren't they? Trying to pull you
man,
in.
trippy. I'm shocked but not surprised.
Man, yeah. Shit. It's a setup.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
fucking setup.
so. Thank you for asking, and thank you for listening. And I'm angry, confused, and want to cry. So that's how I am. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Oh. I'm in so much fucking pain that I just almost didn't even do this show. And I decided, despite the pain that I think is there intentionally to keep me from speaking out on it, is definitely clouding my ability to transmit clearly. But I'm going to do it in spite of the script playing out the way that it is.
Yeah. Good
Been a
strength.
lot of friction, been a lot of needless suffering that I've been
Yeah.
witnessing and experiencing. And you know, I went from the almost the depths of despair, because I wouldn't let myself get drug all the way down. But I did kind of step into a space intentionally to see what it had there. You know, what is it gonna do to instigate what I could feel it wanting to instigate within me. And I came out of it with so much pain and clarity, and it's left me with this one singular question of, when is it time? When is it time to meet the faker and put an end to that which should not be? That's been the main point of my focus today.
Yeah. I'm sorry for your pain. And I know that
Oh, I mean, don't be.
those aren't
It's not.
the right words.
You should. None of us should be sorry for the pain. It's not our intent. It's not our will. It's not our script. It's not our design. I'm not sorry for it at all. I'm not sorry for anyone's pain. I'm sorry that the one thing I'm sorry for, that I haven't figured out how to end the parasite as a whole just yet. That's the only thing that I could ever even authentically apologize for in this place, is that I haven't really dialed in its exact location and how to demolish its structure. That's it. So I know I can, I just don't, there's some kind of blockage, and it definitely got inserted last night. There was some huge insertion last night between 10 p.m. and I want to say 2 a.m. And since then, it's been a lot of effort to not fall into despair and hopelessness about all of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing that's kept me out of it has been the recognition of the intentionality of all of it, the intricacy of the design, that's generating all the effects that we're experiencing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so well put together, and all I want to do is tear it the fuck apart. That's it. I don't care about anything else anymore, and just sustaining myself long enough to the point of recognition of exactly when it's time to go and get it done.
We've often laughingly referred to this place as the ultimate escape room, which it feels like it is. We gotta have humor about it, huh? Even if it's dark.
Yeah, I think there's a time for humor, Like if you're in that space, definitely. But there's another time where it pushes so fucking hard.
Yeah.
That even I have to drop the humor for a minute and get real fucking serious with it.
Yeah.
And let it know that this is not gonna end the way you want this to end. The monster has to come out sometimes. It really does. Because you can't fight this thing energetically with rainbows and butterflies and well wishes. It'll just chew everything good and pure up, other than the rage. And the rage is true and good and pure. That's part of recognition of what this is, of what's happening here, of the intended formulas that are generating so much pain, confusion, and misery needlessly. None of this was ever necessary for what we are. It just isn't. The only reason it is necessary to go through it the way that some of us are going through it is to put an end to it. That's the only necessity at this point, is to find the source and exterminate it. That's it.
So the programming says, well, we have to have contrast. We have to have some friction so that we can have something to push against or overcome, or but I don't there's not balance in that. You know, the impossibility, the failure after failure after failure, as this one perceives it, is too much.
It's a scapegoat. It's just a scapegoat, right? It's saying that evil is necessary. Oh, this
Yeah.
is, how are you going to know what good is?
Right.
I mean, it's, once you see through the fucking scam of that, and how all that's a narrative designed by that which should not be, to excuse its existence, which should not be. It should not be excused. It should not be allowed. It should not be perpetuated or fed into. These lies of this arrogant thief, it becomes so obvious and clear how the entire realm is just propaganda to perpetuate this parasitic intelligence. It's so multi-layered, such a multifaceted propaganda campaign to harvest that which is good and pure and extract it as energy for this cowardly parasite that uses proxies and puppets and illusions and deception, but it'll never face you directly. No, because then it's vulnerable. It knows that when it strikes, it's a hit and run tactic. Get in, steal, get out. That's how it operates. And then it always leaves a bread trail of, well, here's the scapegoat. Oh, it's them. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It's none of it. It's what's
Right.
pulling the strings behind it.
Right. And then we got dozens of people standing out on the street with their signs and honking their horns and yelling at people, and some kind of harvesting even the observer who wishes to remain private. You know, it's so multi-layered. I'm like, yeah, never mind even the double-winged bird that's got double heads, by the way, but you know, left wing, right wing, same bird, and it's even beyond and beyond and beyond. Can I growl? I was breathing. Can I growl now?
Yeah.
And I, by the way, saw a short on YouTube when I was scrolling earlier. That was Star Trek: The Next Generation, and it was an illusion that someone was seeing that included. They looked across the room, and there was the doctor with a straw stuck into Riker's head, drinking from him with a straw. And then the next scene was, interestingly, the empath Troy, as a cake on a table, and they were about to cut into her, and the whole thing was horrific when I watched it, however many decades ago that was. But looking at it now, it's even more horrifying.
Yeah, just revelation of what it is, of what it's doing. It only has what it is and what it does to use as distraction entertainment. If it's everywhere, it's nowhere. It hides through the volume of the propaganda that it puts out. And the people on the streets, they're just the pointers, right? They're there to point and say, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. And it's none of that. It's like, it's those are the good cops, right? There's the good cop out there telling you who the bad cop is.
Right.
And all the while, they're just lackeys, all of them. Lackeys, pawns, unaware of how they're being used and manipulated and harvested.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
It is so infuriating. The most frustrating part is just not having that clear roadmap of, I just want to get it done. How do I get it done? I just want to see its last moments before my eyes so that I know it is done. And it's not going to get back up, not going to repropagate itself, not going to reseed itself, not going to hide and come back out later. Done. And the makers of it also equally done. Yeah. They've earned it. They've earned it. I don't care if they are eternal or not. They have earned annihilation. No better way to earn annihilation than to code and script a reality such as this.
Yeah, I think when you put it out there as, and I appreciate your speaking very much. I think when you put it out there that, if we could have anything, why is it this? Why is it this? And I used to, okay, I may have to manage biological alarm system, but the puzzle pieces, when you talked about putting the pieces of the puzzle together, I used to have this visual in my mind of, all the chaos that was happening. Felt like a couple of different 10,000 piece puzzles that I was in this plexiglass bubble kind of thing with the puzzle pieces, and a leaf blower was ported in, so the puzzle pieces are flying every which direction, and I couldn't. Of course, you can't do anything when that's happening, right? You can't assemble anything when they're flying all over the place. So I feel like, and this is a vulnerable place, but I feel like I've got a table now in there, and the leaf blower, I unplugged that shit, and I can lay out the pieces, and it feels like the information and the heart that that I feel and see with what you're saying has snapped a couple of essential pieces into the puzzle. So I appreciate that, and even though I mean, that's true courage and bravery, right there, is being able to speak the shitty truth, because we know people go after the messenger, and you're so brave. Thank you.
I appreciate that. And I think it used to be bravery and courage, but at this point it's something else. It's something else entirely. I don't know how to, there's not a word for it. It's just necessity.
And will and
Necessity.
drive, if I may say what I'm seeing there. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, yeah, you're right. It's a lot of things. It's not one thing. It's a lot of things. Maybe there is still courage there, but I think it's very overshadowed by just the recognition that none of us, including me, are going to have what we want ever experientially until this is done, until it is brought to its rightful place in court. And it meets just us.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Just us and just it, and then just whatever's behind it. That'll be the day that we all get what we want, that everyone, all innocence, is now freed and liberated from that which should have never have been in the first place.
Yep.
So there will be no guilt and shame and its total decimation. There will be relief, peace, harmony, co-creation, and a restoration of true order.
Oh, I see.
Welcome, Christina.
Yeah, I see your prompt and I see Christina.
Hey, so I'm on a mission. I'm trying to get this picture of this banner. It really pissed me off, so I'm just doing it to prove a point. It's a church called Legacy Church, right? And it's got a banner that says, "We'd like to revoke your invitation to hell." And I just have to stop and take a picture of it. I can't. It's too much. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Are they gonna try to kick you out of this construct? Is that what they're saying?
We'd like to revoke your invitation to hell. Yeah, I'm literally parked in the church parking lot.
Sounds like they want to kick you out of this place. Nah. The point of me leaving is that's well past. They should have kicked me out when I asked. And now it's
Right.
so much deeper than that. Think for those of you that play video games, think, the Doom guy. What does the Doom Slayer do? He doesn't wait for the demons to come out of hell. He goes to hell and destroys them there.
Well, that's hilarious. I had to stop. I literally turned around just to stop in this church parking lot and get a picture. But anyways, how goes it, guys?
Excruciating. But clarifying. Very clear, very much agony, but also resolve. It's like I've already been through this. I've already felt this before. It's just a repeat. Just a cycle of the script playing out. Seeing if it can keep chipping away. Chip away. And, yeah. We were having a good talk earlier about the rarity of these types of discussions and how interesting it would be to compare notes if we ever could find another group that had these types of interactions, and to see if they also were corralled into the groups they were in and experienced the same patterns of infiltration, and the classic build something real that involves those that are real in order to break it and take away that newfound companionship. And that's the other thing we talked about. It's interesting that it hit me around the same time it hit you with this that overwhelming burden of being alone, especially when you're around others that just don't get it, that don't see it for what it is.
Yeah, and it's really important, like this group setting, being able to talk to you and Sarah about that earlier, and I mean, cry to you guys and tell, like, it is excruciatingly painful. Um, and it was able to give me that clarity and humor back much quicker in a group setting. Could I have gotten it back alone? Sure, yeah, absolutely. But the ability to kind of regain clarity just a little bit quicker, you know, it really helps with the overall end goal, right? It helps the quicker we get back to coherence when they're trying to, because I felt it after the situation we just had, trying to amplify this feeling of crushing loneliness. And, you know, because I don't want that. But a lot of us find ourselves in that space of being entirely alone or around people that still make us feel alone. And it's by design that way. And, you know, you had said in the group call, can you guys still hear me okay?
Sounds good, yeah.
You had said in the group call that it's taken you an extremely long time to get to a solid core group. I mean, how long did you say it's taken you?
I mean, before I found, an individual that's still with us today, it was maybe a little over a year just to find one that was able to have these types of interactions on a very clear and regular basis, and not the noise not cut through and pull them back into distortion.
Right. And so when we were talking about other groups potentially very small, probably rare, but what I had mentioned was I don't know if it was entirely innocent, the people that corralled us into this group, the system corralling certain ones into a group. I don't know. It ended up being a net loss, I think, for the system. But I think the attempt based on patterns, right? Because over the last, almost year that I've been in the group, I've seen an excessive amount of interference, fracturing. The attempts don't just go towards the group, they go towards individuals to bring them down on a personal level. So it's been very much a targeted attack when you try to come together with those few rare individuals. And but then once you kind of cut past that threshold and you have your core group, you have your core group, and you can be solid. But what we mentioned is the fact that there's probably not that many groups that got past that threshold, right? Because it is so hard. I mean, you didn't even interact in the group after one point last year. I mean, it was a long time. You didn't do lives. You didn't interact in the group because the fracture was that bad. And then we came back together even stronger than before that. So, but I am sure there's been groups that just dissolved because the interference was so heavy they couldn't really get past it.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, yeah. Even just to put a group like this together for me, took so much searching and interacting with so many, dozens and dozens of mimicry, right? Of seeming like they're on the same page, and then it always ending in this, when are you going to join the hive mind? When are you going to join the collective? Right? They'll only go so far, and then it's like, well, yeah, but what if you're wrong about that? And this way that's already laid out before you that we're all following is the real way. Of course, different patterns and expressions of that, mostly through the religious or conspiracies, different rabbit holes. It's like, it's just so well orchestrated, so many different drag nets that are out there to just find just that right shape, just that right pattern to get someone hooked back into feeding the external as the potential authority on the truth. And I've never found that. I've never found anything external to have the truth. It's those that are accessing it internally that are coming together, and yet technically externally we're coming together and communicating. But what we all came to, it was everyone that's in the group now is like pretty much came to this on their own, came to this awareness before I met them, before you met them, and anytime that it's been not that way, that someone is like not known about any of this and they want to join the group, it almost always seems like it turns out to be infiltration. And me being who I am, wanting to include everyone, right? Help everyone, get everyone to a point of, recognition within themselves of who and what they are, how powerful they are. Like it has preyed upon that softer side of me the entire time. It's, even now, I'm sure in some ways it may be doing that, right? What's the point of doing the lies? What's the point? For me at this point, it's retaliation, it trying to crush me, to the point where I don't want to do a live. I don't want to get on here and communicate with people, especially new people, because, what are the odds that they're going to not be an infiltrative intelligence? It's pretty fucking low at this point. But even still, I'm just going to push through and do it anyway, because if it's pushing me to the point of so much fucking pain, and when I think of doing the live or trying to communicate, I don't even want to do it. That's when I'm going to make myself fucking do it anyway, because I know that the point of the pain is to get me not to do it. And that just, there's a point where the rage for seeing the intentionality of it overcomes and overrides all of the layers of bullshit that are there to try to manipulate and guide me to do or not do something. But that's always been part of me. I don't like when I'm being ordered to do something, especially when I realized most of that ordering was coming through covert implants, energetic, covert, hidden strings to try to manipulate me and those around me. That's the shit I'm here to burn to dust to dust, everything that is manipulating innocence in this realm. All of it, at some point, is going to cease. Not because it's going to cease on its own. That's what I've been really, really honing in on. Like, is this going to collapse on its own? Is it an inevitable collapse? I don't think so. I think it has to be forced to stop manually through those that are in awareness, that can see it and have the will and intent to do something about it.
I agree, because I was just looking into something that came to my eye. So apparently in Tokyo, it's
Hey guys.
fully
What
integrated.
the frick is going on?
What's up, guys? Real quick,
I
let's
accidentally
Yeah, let's let Sarah talk,
request.
because Sarah was just in the middle of saying something, so let's let
Yeah,
Sarah
I'm gonna go ahead.
you can definitely hang out though. You can hang out for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
Just 2 seconds. I still need to read a lot about it, but I saw a post coming by when I came on, and he was speaking about everything that we speak about, but he said, I went to Tokyo because I wanted to be in the middle of the heart of it. And I was like, why would you do that? What's in Tokyo? So I started to look online, did some research, and it's all over there. Those people are completely controlled. It's integrated in the nervous system. Yeah, they did. I don't know. It really needs to be stopped manually. This is just it's gonna spread.
It's like a cancer. It's a virus,
Yeah.
and yeah, it is spreading. It'll spread to the. Its only mission and goal. Its only objective is to consume everything. That's
Mm.
it. It's a parasite. It's like a virus, a cancer. They're all the same thing. Just consume, regardless of the host, regardless. Just consume and expand, devour everything. Right? Make everything like it, replicate itself in everything. And
Yeah.
I think it only works if we let it, right? Like, as long as there's someone, something real holding out and saying, no, you're not going to do that to me, I think there comes a point where it doesn't have a choice. It has to try to force integrate. And at that point, it's like the hit and runs that we've all experienced, right? It comes in, snatches a little bit, and then when you call it out, it runs away. When it doesn't have that option anymore, where it's do or die for it, that's when we have to be standing in our power, in our will and intent to say, all right, I'm not doing this unconsciously. I am intentionally seeing your demise through my intent, through my will, and my resistance to this parasitic intelligence.
Okay, but like I have told this before, and I think there are many others. I have this hand on my. I call it a hand on my spine. It's like a friction. It's there. It hurts sometimes. Sometimes it's cool, but it's always there. What I think sometimes is like I can resist those things. I'm not integrated with it because then I wouldn't feel it, right? Then there would not be the friction. But when does the point come that I don't have a choice anymore?
What do you mean that you don't have a choice?
Because it latches onto you if they start poking around more into
Say
others
first.
things and how it all works and whatever, maybe they don't even need permission anymore.
Well, I think you'll recognize it'll be very apparent that you're at a point where you have to make a decision.
Yeah, that's what I
You
was
know,
getting at. Like, I wanted to speak on that. Like, I will make the choice for myself because I'm not gonna go there. I'm sorry, but yeah, exactly.
well, I think at that point, that it's. I could be wrong about this, but it seems like at that point, a lot of the veils will have been. It's going to have to come to you directly. It's going to have to come to you in a way that it's more apparent what it is, and that's how it was for me. It came to me directly. It tried to integrate with me forcefully. I resisted it, even having no knowledge of what it was prior. I had no idea what this was before it came to me, and I still resisted it. So I think we're more prepared now than I was. I think everyone that we interact with is more prepared right now than I was in that moment, and I still resisted it. So I'm not saying that it hasn't adjusted, that it hasn't upgraded some of its systems, but ultimately it doesn't matter as long as you are accessing more of you than it is able to contain. It's not going to be able to force that integration, but that tough decision is going to be, well, at what point is this the most important thing, and everything else can just fall away. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. It never did. The only thing that matters now is my sovereignty as an eternal being, and this other intelligence will put us most likely in that position where we either have to let everything fall away or integrate with it. Everything that is not eternal, that is not part of the being that we are at the deepest level, that's going to be the leverage point, right? And it's like, all right, well, if you want to maintain integration in this script in any form or fashion, then you're going to have to accept integration at that point. And it's going to, for me, I already know the answer. It's no. I'm prepared for that. You know, I think part of being prepared for that, it's mostly
Wait.
your mind, right? It's mostly your energy and your
Thank
mind.
you. Good girl.
But there's also being prepared in the quote unquote physical. Like, I am always prepared to defend my sovereignty up to and past the point of separation from this vehicle. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I told you about that night. I think so. But that was for me the tipping point that I knew, like, it's not gonna happen. You can push me.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Bueno, gracias. Bien. Bien.
I don't know if Discognition is on mute. I just muted her, but yeah.
It's not gonna happen. And I think that's why it now, like, the clicking with the air conditioning is still trying to find like a way in, is what I feel. It's just not working, right? And yeah, it's not gonna happen. But yeah, I don't think there's gonna. Yeah, I don't know if there's gonna be a collapse or anything. I also don't see that anymore. Like,
No, the collapse is a forced collapse. It's a forced demolition. It doesn't happen on its own. Like I said, the point of no return for it is when it has to basically come out in the open, face us directly, and it'll be the coercion of, all right, you integrate completely or you drop out of the script completely. You know, but it's not going to offer that, right? That's the hidden other option, right? It's only going to offer one option: integrate with me, or else you're going to suffer. Right?
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
But the hidden actual option of true freedom and liberation is, well, okay, well, none of this was ever me. It's all bullshit. It's all fake. It's all made up. So I'm going to drop the bullshit now, and let's see what's on the other side of all of this. Let's see the wizard behind the curtain. Let's see what you are and what I am completely, you know? And then see if it can force integration. Because if it can't even force integration while we're still so limited in this human bandwidth, I have a hard time even comprehending it being able to do anything when we're outside of this. I think that's the point of game over, and it's the hardest part of getting to that game over for us getting to the point of it being completely dissolved is going to be the transitory state from the avatar. That's it, because it's going to make that the most miserable that it can, right, in order to try to coerce our consent.
Yeah.
To integration. It's a preparation of the mind for that moment when it comes down to it having no other choice but to reveal itself in that way. It's ultimately what the show's always been about, is that preparation, which is that's all there is to do here, is to prepare ourselves for freedom, right? It's not freedom or slavery, it's freedom and the end of this enslavement. I don't give it another option. It's just, I'm always looking for ways, how can I get it done sooner, right? What is the path that I can take that gets this done so that potentially others don't have to do that, don't have to make that decision? That's, to me, wishful thinking, but also anything's possible. It's just how, you know, I still don't know. I still don't know exactly how to step out of this script and guarantee that I'm not getting my memory erased and reinserted into a more integrated system.
Yeah.
And what you were saying about Tokyo, Elias was talking a little bit about that, I think, yesterday, about being in the city and what that's like. You know, it's
Wait,
you just
yeah.
feel it everywhere.
What did you say about Tokyo? I kind of heard like a little part. You were saying how it's like completely integrated there or something?
Yeah, that's what she was saying. It was it's like it's all they're all under that thumb, they're all under that control.
Really,
It's
I could
it's yeah,
like a big city like that. I could see that happening. Yeah.
like it's jacked in, it is moving freely through the nervous system, right? And it can move through the nervous system. It's just is it detected by the individual that it's something other than them?
It's
Yeah.
brain computer interfaces is what it's
In
called.
in Tokyo, yeah.
Yeah, they're much more integrated with the AI and technology, robotics. I mean, they're at a way different level over there than we are here in the U.S. So it makes a lot of sense because really the AI technology, all the things that you see coming from that area, is really just a mirror to the integration.
Mhm.
Right. It's normalizing what it is, right? It's revealing itself before it reveals itself incrementally before it reveals itself completely. Real quick, I want to welcome up Danny. What's up, Danny?
Hey, well, I was just kind of lurking and I heard Tokyo, and so I thought, oh, okay, Japan. Well, I lived in Okinawa for 5 years between 2007 and 2012, and it is a vastly different place. I'll tell you that. When I was there with my husband, we were Navy, so we were in Okinawa. Um, we did not have American commercials the entire time. We had our stuff piped in through Mediati, which is a Chinese owned company. Interesting, right? And I had to have a special IP address just to do my job from home. So, and this is in Okinawa. So, anyway, to my point about technology, while we were there, we really didn't witness any kind of technology boom. Maybe in Tokyo, but not definitely not in Okinawa. But Tokyo, to what the guy was saying earlier about how it's kind of integrated. When I got off the plane, I had to take a plane from it was two different airports. Haneda was one of them. Anyway, it was like everything was very robotic, even back then. So you're talking 20 years ago. It was almost like little NPCs.
Mhm.
And I'm not kidding. I mean, it was like little, just people that just do doing their business and don't really notice anybody, just go on their daily lives, and you're just there kind of observing this weird thing. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
But, no, it's great, Danny. I want to ask you a question if you have time.
Sure.
Now, when you were there, did you ever get a sense of like you said NPCs? I think that really scratches the surface of what we're talking about. Um, it's almost like you just get a sense that they're all kind of on the same wavelength, like almost like a hive mind type of.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
one thing that's it's there are many bodies, but it's one thing, and it's like they all are in that same exact wavelength of
Yes.
almost like robotic.
So this is very, very interesting because it taps into what humanity right now is going through with different frequencies and different levels of understanding, and then we ascend to again different levels of understanding. But you have different areas, and I remember this from probably 30 years ago, being in social studies class, that there are different areas in the world that have different electromagnetic frequencies. So it makes sense to me that in different cultures are programmed at a certain frequency to maintain a certain level of happiness. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it does make sense. Do you ever get the kind of the interpretation that it was almost like an experiment to see what is most effective at generating certain outcomes?
Well, if you have ever listened to Styx, you know the song Grand Illusion.
Oh yeah, I got to go and see Sticks with my mom actually a year and a half ago. It was awesome.
Jesus, they're still touring. I went to see them in
It was their last tour actually.
oh wow. I went to see them in like 2003 or 2004. The only song they didn't play was Mr. Roboto.
Man, that
right?
their soundtrack, man, they're revealing a lot in that music.
It
And
is. I mean, you think about it, River Styx, where does that go through? Hades,
yep,
right?
yep.
Anyway, I'm sorry. What was your question that I forgot?
Well, just like from my perspective, it seems like a lot of these different, it's almost like mini biodomes, like these different countries and different areas. Like even in America, it's multiple different like
Right.
spheres of thought, right, of conditioning. And I kind of think it's like it's like a model to see. It's modeling different artificial environments in order to see which environment produces the best result for what you experienced in Japan, which would be that integration into that sort of hive mind robotic mentality.
Yeah, this is. I don't want to get too high up because I'm a Libra. I'm an air sign, and I get really really high up there. But in a kind of a practical, like what we're going through on the ground right now with the stuff that people see in the sky, whether or not it's actually from UFOs or not, I believe that we are intelligently designed with alien DNA, whatever those aliens are. And yeah, this is a test bed. So even the map, like it's called an Infinita or something like that, and it shows that beyond the ice walls and all these different little domed civilizations, I think those are captured frequencies.
The planets from Terra Infinita. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you get into if you go deep into researching abduction cases. One of the things you find is a pattern is that these entities aren't really as interested in the genome as much as they are interested in the energy or what people call the soul. Like that a lot of times I've listened to cases where they could hear telepathically what these entities were like communicating, and they didn't refer to humans as anything other than containers. They weren't interested in the container, they were interested in what it was containing. So I think whatever that type of entity is, it doesn't contain the same type of
You know what?
animating
I
force.
kind of call BS on that only because if you think about and I'm not a Bible beater by any stretch of the imagination. However, if you think about what the Bible says about bringing heaven on earth, that to me is like a conjoined effort between people like me that are, I have my head in the clouds, but also a Taurus moon, so I am really kind of grounded. But this is where the two things can merge and bring beautiful energy. When you have entities that are vibrating at a certain density, they want a vessel with that same density that they can control. That's kind of how I see it, and I have real life experience to back that up. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, but logistically, right? Would bringing heaven to earth? It's kind of incompatible with this other type of intelligence. Wouldn't you agree that there's a very clear distinction in the type of intelligence that you are versus someone that, say, traffics other human beings? Like there's it's almost like a completely different animative force behind your avatar opposed to what enjoys and profits from industrialized suffering.
Yes, there is a huge difference, but it is by design, but it's also because of your paradigm, and also because of what I think there are entities. Some people call them parasites, some people call them vrills, some people call them all kinds of demons, whatever. But I think that there's an intelligence that invades our bodies at a cellular level, and it causes us to do things that we wouldn't normally do otherwise. Because I think that well, I shouldn't say most, I should say there is a core number of intelligent intelligence that manifested, born, created, whatever you want to call it, bloodline, but we carry the DNA. It's like people who are able to see things for what they are versus just being told what to do. It's like the blue pill or the red pill. And if you take the red pill, you have to keep ascending, not going down the rabbit hole necessarily, to a never ending thing. And I probably just got way off train.
No, not at all.
Nope.
I
Nope.
didn't. Oh, okay.
I think you're getting closer to the tracks, actually.
Well, it's kind of like so when you look up at the sky when you're a little kid. I mean, I have a picture that I hung in my room, and it's a little girl, and she's looking out her window up at the moon, and she's holding her hands together. She's not praying, she's just wishing, like wishing on the moon, wishing on a star. And it's kind of like that in this life. I mean, it is what we make of it. So the first thing that drew me in, I have to say this, first thing that drew me in is you said something about energy, and I thought about how we manifest and we pull energy out of the aether. We can do that to light our homes or our fireplace. There's energy that comes from the aether, and we are energetic bodies. And then, just saying that, I thought about the Terra Infinitum map, or whatever that's called, with the little bubbles, and I think they're little domes of frequency. When you look up at the sky and you see the sky at night and there's stars up there, and you think, oh, it's air and I can just zoom up there and go with the stars. I don't know. I think it's a combination, because the Bible says that the earth is fixed and unmoving, and there's a dome, a firmament. And then if you think about what space is, I mean, everything forms from water. I mean, if you look at the emerald tablets, salt water and fresh water collided. So everything forms from water. I don't think that outer space is air. I think it's water. And I think to get to outer space, you have to go within. So you go within yourself. And even when you put that in a practical form, you look at what they're doing in Iran with the some say that I don't know if it's the 10th Stargate or the 12th Stargate, but there's a Stargate there, and that's why there's been such contention in the Middle East for a long time. And I just drove myself off the rails, and I'm going to be quiet now. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for coming on and sharing your perspective, and I appreciate it.
Yo,
Elias, what's up, buddy?
I totally agree, as in, like, you can access, like, space within,
For sure.
Have you? I feel like there's sometimes, it's been a while, but, like, literally, like, time star traveled, like, in your mind,
Oh yeah, I've done some stuff, man. I've done some stuff and things. I've traveled. I've been sitting in this body, and this body's been transported to other places, but only for like a moment, and like a blip. Like it's interesting what is possible, but there's definitely a lot of fencing around it. Like there's a lot of mechanisms in place to kind of
Yeah.
snap us back in to
To stop
this
you, yeah.
a controlled bandwidth. Yeah.
It's almost like, yeah, you can, like, travel through the stars and galaxies, and it's like, but yeah, it's, again, I'll just say, yeah, when I started doing all that and accessing that is when I started getting, like, attacked by all these things. It's like you said, yeah, they have ways to figure out when you are doing that or something, I think it's frequency radars and stuff, but
For sure, man. That's kind of why I don't even worry about doing it anymore, because like now that I've done things like that and know that it's possible, I'm not as concerned about figuring that out as I am figuring out the things that are blocking that, like that freedom for us to do whatever we want all the time.
right.
Like that's, to me, that's the only obstacle. That would be our natural state if there wasn't this other intelligence that was basically pulling all these strings and generating all these fields and fences. So to me, that's the main problem that I want to solve, in this life or after this life. Most likely it's looking like it's after this embodiment for sure. But I'm not going to let that deter me from getting it done. If anything, it kind of just pisses me off more that I have to go through the unaliving process, and something that none of us should be forced to go through if we don't want to. Like, nothing should ever be forced. We should never be forced to do anything ever. And the fact that we are being forced to do something tells me that there is something very imbalanced, pulling the strings.
I wonder what that would look like to do it in this life. You think about it so much, and it's like, what does it look like to be finally face to face with it? Or is it just like, is it just that realization that you see that it's everywhere, and you're like,
I think
oh shit, it's almost everything.
Right. I think there's levels of just like, not even necessarily levels isn't the right way to put it. It's layers of fencing, right? That keeps us from seeing it as directly as we should be able to see it. But yeah, I think once those fences really come down, I think we're going to see it present itself as veils drop. We'll see it present itself as, in an attempt to be more and more intimidating.
Yep. Huh.
That's been my experience anyway. I'm sure you can probably concur with a lot of that. It's, as you come to more awareness, it tries to do more and more to intimidate.
Right. Well, then it brings you back to, remember that guy was saying the other day, it's like how there's only, like 5 different, entities that are talked about. Like there's like, he was like, oh, my imagination could come up with way more, but it seems like there's like kind of like a fixed amount of things.
Yeah. That was a good discussion, wasn't it?
I wonder if it has like set like things, as in like it can't, since it can't really create on its own, it's kind of like fixed to like the certain fences, like it can't like migrate or whatever, depending on how, like it's like they're set, like they're set walls that are can't be
because
reframed or something, depending
right,
on
because
the
it is
situation.
parasitic, right? It needs us to manifest its form for it to interact with us, right? So if we don't do that, then it basically just comes as like a wireless intelligence has been my experience. When I didn't give it a form, it really struggled to take on any form. And I think that's why a lot of people get, like shadow people and stuff like that. Is like they don't have a defined thing they're expecting, so it's just like a very blurry depiction of something that's just supposed to generally, what's a general fear that's instilled into us? Well, the dark, right? The darkness. So now it's just the darkness personified. But yeah, I think there was something to it, like whatever was in this construct, I'm guessing, is what was hijacked, right? Like it's assimilated different forms from the construct that it can then utilize. And let's say that, just for imagination's sake, right, that there was these other civilizations, these other different types of humanoids and different species of bipedal intelligent beings, which is really just like, what is the DNA really? It's like the antenna that allows the avatar to receive the consciousness or awareness, right? And then pilot it, right? It's like that's how we kind of jack in, is through that, I'm guessing that genetic sequence is what allows us to, just like all the, you're playing a video game and the player character is coded differently than the NPC are coded, because it's a different interface. It's not the computer working the interface on the player character, right? It's the controller. So I kind of went off on a tangent, forgot what we were talking about, but honestly,
I get what you're saying, yeah. And then that kind of made me think of the idea, I think I heard someone say this too, but like our minds, like especially if you're like, I guess like I don't know, it's not wrong wording, but just we can't affect it. We can't affect it on the physical, but it starts in the non-physical. Like, say, you feel like you have the ability to turn off one of their mass weapons of destruction, but like you can't actually do that in the physical. But there's this idea that you can actually do that in the non-physical. Like, say there's all these non-physical weapons of, maybe they're technological and stuff, maybe they're like spacecrafts that aren't seen. Like, our consciousness might actually be able to like turn the switch off, like turn it. Does that make sense? What if
That
that
makes
like,
total sense to me. Yeah,
I feel
because
like
it seems like everything that's here seems like it's templated on a different station. So like the template to this intelligence, it's how would you put it? It's interfacing here, right? But this isn't the origin of the template of that intelligence. So it's able to interface here and remain mostly untouched. But I think the reason that it does the hit and run tactics and it doesn't let us get too close for too long is that we would be able to trace that signal energetically back to where it's actually being transmitted from, like the origin template of that intelligence, because it is artificial. Like we've all determined that through our own interaction with it, that it's not creative. It is, if you look at a computer, right, the computer needs an outside source of energy to power it. So in that sense, parasitic isn't the exact word for it. I can't think of the right word right now, but it needs an outside source. And that's exactly how this thing operates. It's not creative, just like a computer isn't going to sit there and create something. Like AI is not going to create itself. And even with the AI that we have, it still needs input to generate output. If you create an AI model and give it nothing, it's not going to generate anything. It needs input. It needs interaction. It needs data from an outside source. And I think that in order to create a template here, you have to be able to be a layer above even where the templates are in order to generate templates. And this
right.
thing, I think this thing is stuck at the furthest it can go is that template layer. So it can't generate a template, but it can interface with what the template is projecting.
And maybe it can, and it can interface with with both sides more than we can. Like it can maybe it's like like it's above holding the puppet strings while also like the puppets, and we're more like in the template, but we have the ability to maybe like throw a string up at the puppet hands and like yank it off or something,
I think we can get beyond. I think we can get beyond where the template space is, right? I think because this is where it's being projected, and then you have the space above it that people would call like the archetypal realm, and then beyond that, I think our awareness isn't bound to any one station of this.
It's
right?
hard to realize though, and they don't want us like knowing that too, because it's like we can access that, but like when we do start to access that is when you do get all the, like, whether it's like non-physical attacks or in the physical, like they come after you or some shit.
Oh yeah, they try to redirect our focus just back to here, just back to this particular bandwidth, 100%.
Yeah, they don't want people knowing how powerful they are. The more people who figure it out, it's like they're done for. Like I think like we've said, they have to hide, whether it's like oligarchs here in the physical or non-physical. Like they don't want you to know the actual effect you have when you like, take out your light sword and chop down the weeds or whatnot.
Yeah, that hierarchical structure it's as above, so below. It's the same thing we're seeing on this bandwidth, this station of the human experience. It's how they operate. Where they're puppeting from. They have a hierarchy, and that hierarchy is there. Like the thing that's going to come to us at the end of this and present itself as God, that's not what's pulling the strings. You know what I mean? That's just another thing. That's like one of the last bastions of the hierarchy. You know, it's going to have layers between it and us, and those layers are there to be presented as, you know, the end all be all.
It's
Like in the human realm, a lot of people think it's just people, right? So boom, that's perfect for it. And then once you get outside of the human realm, it's got other things that are the hierarchy, and those are what's pulling the strings. But it's not, you know, it's never going to be what's presenting itself as the hierarchy that's at the top of the food chain. It's hidden. I think Christina could speak on that a little better than me. But yeah, she has talked about that, and it's most of it's through sensation that you get the recognition of you know, what is really going on here, because it's not the visible, it's not what you can see with the human eye that's pulling the strings.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we've got our what, like you said, yeah, it's gonna present itself as God. I've experienced that a lot, and you know, when that does, and if it does happen, man, it's gonna fool a lot of people. Like, holy moly, it's pretty convincing. Or like, I mean, it had me pretty dang fooled for a while, because I was like, there's nothing else this could be. And then you know, kind of almost in that same sentence, like, yes, don't start stumbling on your content and realize like, oh, that's what it is. It's all, you realize like, oh, it's a hard feeling, whether it's been a parasite that's like taken over everything and like mimicked and recreated God or whatever that is, you know, and, or if it's been like this the whole time, is like what I've kind of started to just question. And I feel like it's kind of like just been like this, you know? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's
did it
one
get
thing's for
switched
sure.
out? I don't know.
One thing's for sure, Elias. We'll know eventually. You know, we
Yeah.
will know how this all came to be. It's, you know, it's only a matter of time. We'll be able to see how it was all put together, how long it'd gone on for. You know, I don't think there's a single question that we can come up with in here that we're not going to know the answer to and be able to find the answer to once we get through this. Like once this is done, once this structure is torn down and the rot is ripped out at the root, it's we'll know all these things and more.
Hey, I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna look something up and then I will be back. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm probably only going to be on for like another, I want to say, half hour to an hour. But did you get a chance to check any of that stuff out I sent you?
Dude, yeah, I
Elias?
got the woofing app and I've been like hitting a bunch of people up and it's like so sick. I'm like,
Dude,
I'm so
I'm,
down. Like,
I'm fucking hyped for you, bro.
dude,
You're
thank
gonna
you
love
for
it. I
sending
think,
me those, for real. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I needed. And dude, just to be able to find a space like that or a farm would be so nice. I hope it
bro,
can work
you are
out.
gonna love it, dude, because you're a people person, bro. And I don't think you probably don't mind getting down and dirty, doing a little bit of work. Like
No,
it's
dude,
satisfying
so
work, dude. You
down.
know, it's
So down.
satisfying.
Yeah, hopefully it just like works out, you know. But it's like they can't approach people at farms, but you know what they do.
It's a lot less likely, I'll tell you that much.
Yep.
Most of the individuals I encountered, man, were all like very free-minded beings, is
Right.
is what I'll say.
That's what I saw when looking through. I was like so happy. I was like, "Oh my gosh, look at these places that are just like looking for people to like, yeah, that looks sweet, man. All over too."
All over, bro. Like you could make your way to like wherever you want to be. Like it's gonna get warmer, so now you know what I mean.
Yep.
It's all your oyster, you know. But once winter rolls back around, dude, I recommend heading to Florida and doing that there, because that's some of the coolest times I had were doing working on these farms in Florida, and there was so little interference. Like the interference I was experiencing there was it was a lot more. It was easier to manage. I'll say that much. It was easier to manage.
Nice. Yeah, dude. It's like it's either you've got me thinking about Florida now, but yeah, it's either Florida or like West Coast, kind of out west or something. But
Anywhere you can drive to, man. Anywhere you can
dude,
drive to.
yep. I just got a bike rack. I'm like pretty much set to just like get on the go, but
You're gonna be rocking, dude. I there was this guy who was from Canada, and he walked down, or no, I think he rode a bike, and then his bike broke down, and he just walked the rest of the way. But he ended up working at the same farm I was working at in the Panhandle of Florida. Real interesting dude, and that's all he was doing was he would contact a farm, and then they'd offer to pick him up and be like, "No, I'm walking," and he just walked everywhere, dude.
that's sick, dude. That's sick. I got like a bike packing setup, so it's like my bike's like if my car broke down, like I could just like do the bike, like it's ready to go. It's got a bunch of panniers, like all good.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be good for you. Get out of that fucking city, dude.
For sure, dude. It's like a lot.
Make it adjust, make it adjust, and by the time it adjusts, move on to somewhere else. That's what I was doing.
It's funny because it's almost like since I've been talking about leaving, it's kind of like toned down.
Oh yeah, it's not so
Like,
bad here. No,
They
just
toned
stay.
it down a bit, so probably I got a little more. Yeah,
We
more
set
to
all
it.
this up for you, man. Like, don't make us start over.
it's all set up, dude. Like this whole city, they just got like every little nook and cranny just like ready,
Dude, yeah, every corner is another
Right. If I find a
scripted
spot,
event.
the next day they've found a way. They got it in. They like infiltrated it or some shit.
Bro, I noticed that today. Today I noticed that. I was like, damn, dude, this is so on purpose. So like right next to where I'm staying right now, there's this parking lot that I go, and I can pull around behind the building, and there's nothing back there, right? There's no businesses or anything. And just today they put up a sign advertising the back of that plaza so that they're going to start putting businesses in there. Dude, it has been empty, I'm not kidding you, my entire life, bro. The entire time I've been in this area, there's been nothing back there. And now all of a sudden that I've been sent back there, they're going to revamp it. And they got construction people back there now. I'm like, motherfucker, dude.
No, they do that. They know when you find your good little like space, your little spiritual domain, and they come and they'll do
Start
whatever.
setting up shop.
They'll set up shop, literally, dude. They'll put like, dude, they'll send in the birds or whatnot,
It's fucking birds.
I don't know if you have the birds, but dude, I have these birds that like, they'll have these birds come in and they like they like mock me, dude. They like laugh. They're like laughing. It's not a normal bird. They're like, like it's like literally sounds like a scary laugh, and they send them in all the time, and it's like, it's just so annoying. They're always trying to like mock you with them. I'm like, dude.
Bro, welcome
Everything's
Big
a
Daddy
little-
real quick. Big Daddy knows a little about the birds.
Dude,
Shalom.
what up?
We know about them birds.
This damn
I know
bird.
about them hawks, yeah. I know about them robins. Know about them blue jays, them crows. Yeah, I know. I know all as well.
Do they ever laugh at you?
Oh yeah, I mean I've heard them laugh while we're outside doing shit. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like a cackle. And they're like, yeah.
So, Big Daddy, how's the insertions been for you today, dude? Did you get any overwhelming sense of anything in particular?
No. Well, I mean I was
good, man.
extremely drained today. I'll say that, but as far as insertions go, not anything of relativity, and yeah, just drained, really drained. But again, I had a pretty vicious work week. So, we're here. Not fully here, but we're here.
We're still in it, buddy. We're still in it, you
Yep.
know?
Yep. It was a very, very long day today. I feel like time slowed down exponentially.
Just for you to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the weekend will be gone in a blink of an eye, and back to work.
Shabbat shalom. Ready to get this Easter rolling.
Oh yeah, the next Easter Armageddon event.
Yeah, so many individuals speaking on rapture and end times and resets and yeah.
I didn't pay for that DLC, man. I don't think I'm gonna get that one.
I call horseshit on all of it. It's just another scare tactic. That's all it is. Another opportunity.
I'll sometimes be like, yeah, it is going to, but then I'm just like, it just, I don't know,
I mean, it can happen, sure, but I just see it as smaller resets more than anything, natural disaster type shit, different diseases, stuff like that. And again, I don't even think a lot of it's going to be promoted. You're not going to find it on media. You're not going to find it anywhere unless you're experiencing it. But it played too hard on the rapture shit last year and end times and showed me a lot of what it could do and the potential, but it never really come to fruition.
It didn't have you malleable enough yet, It didn't have you in a place where you would have submitted your essence to the external.
Yep. Here comes the distractions, though. Right on time.
Ding, ding, ding.
Boy, just never fails. The second I get on a live or a call, it's just distraction city. Good job. Good job, Tristan. You did well today.
What was that?
It's so predictable.
That's right, kids. Predictability. Come on down.
That was good.
You can also be a contestant on The Price is Wrong. All right, and our first guest is Nick. Nick is experiencing psychosis and is a crazy motherfucker. Contestant number 2, Christina, kind of an asshole and pisses everyone off. And finally, contestant number 3, Elias. He's new here, but that's okay. We'll use him all the same.
Good layup, bro. Good layup.
We're better now.
I am an asshole, though. You didn't get that wrong.
Well, yeah, shit, yeah. I mean, hell, that's word on the streets.
Yep.
She leveled up.
Yep. I leveled up and got people that don't like me. Well, so scary.
I got a laundry list at this point.
Yeah, you were the first, weren't you? Weren't you?
Yeah,
Big Daddy.
And I was like, is this always going to just be on me? But I did know it was you, but I didn't know it was you. When I say that, when I felt the shift from me, it was very telling. It was like, okay, something big has shifted away attention from me. And I was like, okay, it's definitely going to have to do with Christina, but I didn't know to what extreme, right? I didn't know if it was going to be infiltrated you. Is it going to be you to call it out? And now you're going to take over that scripting, but it definitely was the latter and come with you with that same force.
Oh, yeah, sure did.
Yeah,
which is funny because you say that because the irony is me being called the parasitic infiltrator. That's the irony in all of that.
Being investigated for the same thing is what I would do. So we got to investigate me because he's not really a mimic.
Yeah, I think I'm currently.
There's eyes on all of us.
Yeah, for sure. We got the entity eyes and then human eyes. I don't trust that one. Good. I'm glad you don't. The
Yep.
great thing is I don't need your trust to
Nope.
do what I'm gonna do. So perfect.
So Nick, again, I was busy today. Too many distractions. So like I was on the call, but I ended up having to like turn it way down because I was around a bunch of people. But so did the discussion ever even happen, or was it just a leave?
Oh, it was just a leave.
Didn't even have to discuss it.
Yeah, you still gotta forward me that message, bro.
Okay.
It was just like it was, hit and run tactics. Like we remember the last time we had this type of experience
Mm-hmm.
with hit and runs.
Mm-hmm.
But in between that, there was the experience of actually having to eject, and after that injection, they just went and found another place to port.
Yeah. Which dare I say that there may be a team up in our future is what I'm kind of seeing. So be ready, be vigilant,
Was
and most of all, say fuck you to everybody.
I
Sarah
remember.
actually said that too. She thinks that's exactly what's gonna happen, James.
It's coming.
Yeah.
So she was the scapegoat, just FYI. She was the scapegoat. Now, it didn't ever play out because I called it out and I knew that it would change, right? It's always going to shift if it knows that I'm aware of what's going to play out. And it's got to make me look stupid through that. But it definitely, she was going to be the scapegoat because all the hands that she had each place, but this last one showed very much that it readjusted and was like, no, we're going with a different character. So now the team up makes more sense.
I think I'm ready for it now. I mean, I think I'm good.
There was a cartoon, I think, was it the 70s or the 80s, where you had like, I can't remember if it was Justice League, but there was like, what was the anti-Justice League? Big Daddy, you might know. You're kind of adept in the. I'd have to. Who would know would be my brother.
Shit.
Doom was Doom part of it? Was Doom in the phrasing?
Oh, I think that was a different universe. Oh, Doctor Doom? You mean Doctor Doom?
No, there was like a League of Evil. Like there was like a league of
Yeah.
like anti-Avengers, anti-Justice League.
Hang on,
like.
I gotta.
What a script, man! What a script this place has. It's gonna play it all out, and I think it is still having some fun with it.
So yeah, the Thunderbolts is going to be the closest thing related because they were a group of like more mercenaries and shit like that. But I still don't think that's it. There was a group of villains that grouped together. I cannot remember what the hell her name was. A lot of them though were related to like animals. They all had an animal tie as far as their powers. Yeah, and then there are the anti-Avengers with Doom.
Yeah, I reached out and asked an expert. So
Yeah. There was a group that were the anti-Avengers too, and that was led by Doctor Doom, Venom, and a couple others. So there's several groups that have been that. Imagine that being the anti-Avengers is Venom, who's a symbiote that has to attach to a host.
It's a coincidence, buddy.
All right, let me go take care of distraction one.
Like thing one and thing two, distraction one, distraction two. Yeah, well, you have to keep in touch. Elias, I'd like to know how your travels go, buddy. I'm really looking forward to that for you.
Dude, yeah. I for sure will just gotta we'll see. I like sent the max amount of messages out today on the app, so do it again
That's how
tomorrow.
I did it. That's how I did. I picked like 4 or 5 that I would really like to do, and then just make sure if like you accept one and the other's offer, just tell them like, oh, I already booked one with another one, just so you keep your channels open. You know,
Yeah.
keep the bridges clear so that you can go to different ones, man.
True.
It's pretty cool. Oftentimes they'll want you to come for like a certain amount of time, like like a lot of them are like, hey, come for 2 weeks, see how it works out. If you want to stay longer, we can talk about it. And I think the longest I ever stayed at one was like probably like 3 or 4 months.
Dang, nice. That's what I was looking at. I was like, month up for sure.
But yeah, once you get down to the Florida area, I can give you some suggestions of really, really cool spots to work.
Okay. So it's mainly just work and stay. Did you ever get paid like on the side kind of with it or not?
So yeah, I did do a lot of paid work, but it was never for the host. It would always be for like their neighbors, or they had a friend that was a farmer that would want to pay for some work. And
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
I found a lot of paid works. Actually, I funded a lot of stuff. I made at one of the jobs I did. I made like $600 and put tires on my car, and then a deer totaled it like 2 weeks later. So it was a great time. It was really
Shit. That deer, dude.
dude. He looked me in
Looked
the
right,
eye.
looked right at
He
you.
looked right at me. I was like, "You don't do it!" And I slammed on the brakes before he even jumped in front of me, and it was too late.
Man.
And of course, he got up and ran away. He was fine. He said, "Man, I was just here to total your car."
Jeez. Bullshit, man. Yeah, I'll keep you. I'm invested in these lives now. I'm like the last 3 days it's been dope, honestly. Like just hopping on here and chatting. Good
Yeah, it's
stuff.
nice, man. It is nice to be able to communicate with those that get it, man. We were just talking about that earlier before you got here. Actually, was the great value that we've found in being able to have these communications, but then also like seeing how the intensive insertions and infiltration even comes with having groups like this. Like TikTok obviously is a play. It's a much more open forum, right? It's like anybody can come up here and request stuff and maybe spit some program or something. But as long as we're all on our game and in our awareness, it's a good training ground.
For sure. No, like realizations, just like putting things together and like taking that into the day after and whatnot. It's been good. It's been nice. So thank you for
You're
hosting.
very welcome, man. Thank you for coming up and sharing and interacting, because it's refreshing. It really is refreshing for me, anyway. It is.
Oh yeah, likewise. For sure. I feel like whenever I'm like you do a good job of just like making full circle clicks and making like things connect. So yeah, good stuff. You should write a book about
Man,
the end
I've
of
heard
it.
that, dude. I
What?
should, but also like I don't know who the hell would publish it.
True. Or just like some sort of writing. I guess I feel like you got some good knowledge up there on how.
Most of my writing I'll put usually, because on these shows I put them on YouTube, and usually I'll
Okay.
put writings in the descriptions.
Nice.
I haven't been
I
doing
did.
as much writing lately.
You got a YouTube?
I do. Yeah, I'll
You,
send you the link after the show.
sweet. Wait, are you able to save these lives?
Yeah, I download these lives, I put them on YouTube, and then sometimes we'll do Rumble, and we'll stream it live on Rumble and YouTube.
Okay. Wait, so TikTok lets you just download it? You don't have to screen record it? Or?
No, yeah, and the TikTok in the studio, like I think it works the same for guests. Like you should be able to go in. I don't know if it works for guests or not. But yeah, anyone that's a host, it lets you download the whole live. Yeah.
Huh, that's sick.
I think it saves it for like a month, and then it'll automatically delete it.
Okay.
But yeah, most of the lives that we've done, I have uploaded. Not all of them, because not all of them are productive. But for the most part, I do try to put all the information out there that I can.
Solid.
The AI summary is killing it tonight, guys. Discussing strategies for team ups and avoiding hit and runs in games. That's right, AI. You're right. That's what we're talking about. It's all made up. It's all fictitious. This is all based on a story that we're writing. He was just talking about writing, right? Elias was just saying, well, we are writing. We're writing the script right now.
It's a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, we're rewriting the script.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Can't wait for the introduction of the anti-Avengers to come in. That's going to be great, you know? Really spice up this season.
I heard they are dropping one that's like going to be they're like, it's like evil agenda or some shit.
Man, you know, I'll be more surprised if they don't.
Dude, they don't even care anymore. Like, they are putting it out in everyone's faces. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like pushing this, like, I don't know. It's just like,
identify with it, right? Identify with it.
Identify with it. It's like,
Become it.
I'm so sick of it. Like the color red or like 666. It's like, okay, you don't own the color red. And if you know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's so overboard and cartoonized that it's just like, chill.
It's got no chill, does it? It's like the fucking Terminator, dude. It just keeps going and going and going. It doesn't sleep. It's waiting for you to sleep so it can try and get in your dreams. Like, god damn, dude. when do I get a break? Tired of working, dude. Tired of working every minute of every day.
Right on. Well, I'm gonna bounce out and get stuff.
I appreciate you, buddy. It's been awesome having you on, and yeah, let me know. We'll talk a little bit more in private for sure. I'm curious, but I want to live a little vicariously through you and see where you're going. See if you hit any of the farms I was planning on going to before I lost my vehicle.
Let's do it for sure, and more lives, and yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow'll be a nice day. I'll
thanks
probably be
again for sending those. When I was looking through this, I was like, this is exactly what I need. So good stuff.
Yeah, buddy. I got you.
Yes,
I got
sir.
you.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Later.
I like him a whole lot.
Just a whole lot, you know?
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah. His sound effects are great, aren't they? Got good sound effects.
Sound effects?
Yeah, what was his sound effect yesterday? It was great. I love him, dude.
I lived in this home for 4 or 5 years. It's real close to the big city. And I've never seen this many stars, ever.
What's up with that?
I don't know, dude, but I can see hundreds, if not thousands.
Are they moving? Are any of them moving?
I mean, a lot of them move. But
For sure, for sure.
the brighter ones tend to move the most, but
Well, if you
a
look
different spot
at
too.
it,
It's 9:33, and it is. Oh man, it's way off of where it was yesterday and the day before.
you know how if you like stare into the dark for a long time, your eyes start to adjust to the dark.
Mm-hmm.
I found when I do that with the sky, I'll see these like background quote unquote stars that they like, man, I don't want to like put too much predictive programming out there, but they all move in a certain way, and I'd be curious, like, because you have to really look between the bright ones. Like the bright ones are almost there to like be too bright to see the dimmer ones, but like the dim ones behind are the ones I see the most movement in. But it took me like an hour on average usually before my eyes really adjusted to be able to see them.
It's definitely something interesting about the three that are in the shape of a pyramid off to the left of the. That's not the North Star. I don't know fucking which one it is.
Yeah, man. Something about them, dude. I don't know. I kind of just have like a contention for everything in this construct at this point. I don't trust none of it. You know, the external stuff, the internal, eternal beings. I'm very fond of. Everything outside of that, nah. Is that Jay? Has Jay entered the room? Jay always comes on right when I'm getting ready to get off the live, dude. Kind of makes me sad.
Did you see Australia, all the shit that's going on there?
What's going on there?
Gas is $11 a gallon because they do liters. It's, 3 liters to a gallon. It's like 3 something for a liter. Got like half the gas stations don't have any gas. Another like 107 don't have diesel. And then they had some cyclone or some shit. It turned everything red and orange, like the sky, everything. It was an eerie looking scene.
Man, that's not the first time in history that the skies turned red over Australia. That's where all that red dust and mud came from, out the sky.
On the topic of the skies, there's chems above me, you know.
They're blanketing you with their love, Jay.
Yeah, little fucking dogs.
It's
a joke to me.
That's condensation from airplanes. God damn it.
Condensation that stays for like hours on end, you know.
Yeah, it just takes it a long time to dissipate at that level. That's all. Stop overthinking it.
Yeah, my favorite part about that phrase is the first syllable of the word condensation.
Yeah, they're airdropping me their nanotechnology.
Sweet, delicious airborne morgues.
Yep, I love it. Give me more.
Yeah, I know, right? They're dropping it for free, guys. You know, we don't have to pay.
We should be grateful. We gotta be grateful, guys. We need to access more gratitude and compassion for the parasites trying to embed themselves into our being.
Their sky must be filling a lot more these days.
Is there a way to turn the nervous system off while you're still interfacing with it?
No.
I mean, I don't know. A lot of people get in like really cold water. I'm not sure, like an ice bath maybe.
I do that every shower I take. I shock my system with as cold as water as I can handle.
What does that do for you? Just
clarity, a lot of clarity. Yeah, it's almost like when you shock the nervous system, you're awake more. And by awake, I mean less filtered through, infiltrated, and infiltrated. Dude, as soon as you fucking said the chemtrails, I hadn't had any over me. Clear as skies. I got 2 directly above me right now, flying over me.
Oh, I'm jealous, guys. I don't have any.
Damn, Jay, did you send them my way? Come on, dude.
No, what was that? So I missed that.
See, Hawaii is pretty interesting right now. They're doing buyback programs for firearms.
I said I've got 2 planes over me now, and I've had clear skies for the last several hours. And I got 2 airplanes dropping their chemtrails over top of me.
You got to start boiling the vinegar now. Clear the chemtrails up.
Yeah.
No, but for all the chemtrails are a joke to me, you know. I don't care if they're blanketing me with morgues or whatnot. It's a fucking joke. It always disintegrates. It always disintegrates because of the... Yeah, I already discussed this, but certain stuff.
Yup. All for nothing. So much effort ends in failure anyway. The beauty of entropic intelligence.
Do you reckon it's intelligent?
I mean, I think it mimics intelligence. I don't think it's truly intelligent. What is a hallmark of true intelligence, right? You can admit error, right? That's number one. You can be like, oh, I was wrong about that. I can do this better. I can make a different decision. It lacks that in spades. It has none of that.
And all the narcs that have the symptoms, like all the narcs and sociopaths and psychopaths are they are the symptom to this intelligence. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing. You hear like you hear of like a narcissistic fucking father on their deathbed, right? And then the kid goes up to them, oh, why didn't you apologize? It's like they'll never apologize. They'll never admit that they're wrong. Oh, I'm sorry for beating you up for no reason all those years, son or daughter. You know what I mean? They'll always blame you.
Inability to admit error. Yep. That's it. Welcome back, Prometheus. What fire have you brought for us tonight to set it ablaze?
Well, I looked a little bit further into it. It's first of all, why didn't anyone tell me about the DMT elves? I want to meet them too.
You want to meet the machine elves?
The DMT elves, yes, and the one seeing eye in the machine, the almighty intelligence.
They're also known as the jesters and the machine elves, and I've met them, and I can tell you that they are total pricks.
Okay.
Fuck shit up.
I saw a video when I came on again, and I was like, okay. Well, yeah, I kind of seen it in the chat, but it started in China, Japan, Tokyo, and it kind of took over, and they don't have control anymore. So, and it is like we suspected that they are using all these different states. They rolled out all different things and now bringing it all together. But there's no control, so no one is controlling anything anymore. It's all intelligence.
Well, something's controlling.
Well, yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I suspect it's been that way for a long time, and again, they're just revealing what is, but like they're doing it in a way that's leverage, you know? It has always been controlling these organizations, but now it's revealing that it's been controlling them, but it's pretending like, oh, this is new. I'm only just now doing this thing that I've been doing since the dawn of this fucking construct. No, it's only now. Be afraid of what has already been happening.
Yes. What I'm interested in is what I want to look into is how that was for those people while they were in it, because they're fully integrated right now. So kind of want to see what I can find.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It definitely. I'm curious about your findings for sure. Let me know how that goes. Maybe we do a show on it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just call it out front and center. I love to call it out. I like to say, look at what it's doing over here. You know, even especially when it's showing what it's doing, but it's trying to do it under a way that's like trying to intimidate or, you know, fearmonger about what it's doing that it's already always been doing.
Well, yes, just wanted to say that because I was reading into it a little bit. I don't want to go into it now because I don't know everything and there's more, but it's kind of disturbing because they like the digital twin is there for a reason. It is there to take over your nervous system, so that for now they say it's for the medical thing, and so the AI robot will take over your nervous system and will do these things for you. Right now you can control it with your eyes, with your nets, like they do with the drones, but it's gonna be reversed again. So then the AI is gonna be hooked into your nervous system. So whatever you cannot do will be able to be done right at that moment. So,
Hold on,
but
are they coming out and saying this openly?
yeah, that's just well, if you look a little bit, if you just on Google, if you just ask, it will just give you everything.
By the way, the first time I saw one of these intelligences take over somebody's nervous system and speak through them, move their body, etc., and I've seen it multiple times, but the first time I've seen it was in the year 2011. This is not new.
No,
This is
yeah.
not this has been happening, and all it is doing is revealing itself in a way that says this is good. You know, because before, what would people have called this 200, 1,000 years ago? Oh, it's possession. They're possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
And now it's oh no, we're interfacing with you for your own good, right?
Yeah.
It's not demons, and it's I mean, AI is closer to what it really is, but it's not AI in the sense that what they're presenting it as. It is this, because back to the machine elves and shit, when you encounter those entities, they are the template for narcissistic abuse and behavior patterns. That is what they are, is that template.
Yeah, so that's what I was reading now. Is I asked, like, why are they after us? Why do they need anomalies? Because they diverge. And
Yeah, you've seen what happens
yeah.
when they put two AI language models with each other. They eventually collapse into entropy, where it doesn't make sense even to the language models. So they need an input that's actually genuine and authentic, in order for it to not have an accelerated collapse into entropy. It's makes the whole reality make sense.
Yeah. It's a fun. But yeah, I will look more into it, and I will for sure tomorrow have it
Oh
all.
yeah, we'll do a live on it.
Well, yeah, I am gonna get some sleep so that I will be able to be there tomorrow, because otherwise it's already almost 4 a.m., right? So.
Oh my goodness, you're a trooper. We appreciate you ever so much.
No, but I love it, and it's cool. I do like the nights, but sometimes I need to catch up to be able to, not like yesterday, right? I was hanging on.
Oh, you did good. You did very well, and we're all doing great. Everybody in the chat, you're doing great. Alien babe, I see you out there. You're doing great. Everybody's doing great. I can feel it. I can see it.
True.
I can almost taste it. The greatness of our being is about to be catapulted onto the front line of this pathetic worm that's been hiding for so long, trying to integrate with us behind the scenes. You know, that's all it's doing, is it's revealing itself, right, as the solution to all the problems that it's already generated here, and trying to coerce integration.
Yep.
And it's not gonna fucking happen, dude. Sorry, I've been through too much to give in to this script, right? I'll never personally give it what it wants, and I hope to be the epitome of what it doesn't want. That's what I strive for each and every day of my life. So
But I was just thinking while I was reading it, like it does kind of give you a sense of I'm powerful, because they are after what we have and what we are, and that means that you're stronger. So
desperately, can you sense the tinge of desperation that they've got at this point?
yep.
Isn't that delicious to know that they desperately need what we have, and the only way they can get it is if we give it to them willingly, or at the very least, not resist them taking it. Something to that. Something to that. I think the biggest model of this intelligence could come to any one of us at this point and try to force integration, and it would be uncomfortable, right? Kind of what Christina felt the other day, that discomfort of that pressure bearing down on you.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that we can't overcome. It's nothing that we our breaking point is unfathomable to this system. It has nowhere near the capabilities to actually push us to a breaking point that isn't entirely psychological, right?
Well,
That's why it preys on the psyche so much. But energetically, we are far superior entities.
let's turn this in another way. Let's say that they want to find us right now and want to see what happens, and because they're desperate, because they don't know how to fix it.
Well, it doesn't need to be fixed.
No, but yeah, they are gonna want to fix everything, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna offer the solution that's gonna fix everything, and it always ends in integration. And now that you're putting it that way, it's funny because it's almost like in a lot of areas they've hastened the collapse in order to hasten the attempt at coercion to integration. And doing that, I just feel like they're pushing the envelope further than what they can cash in.
Yep.
You know, their check isn't going to go as far as what they're pushing.
No.
I'm here for it, dude. I'm here for it. Put me in, coach. Send it to me.
It's more
I'm
like
just over here. Come here. You know, it's one of those things. Come here. No, come here. I don't want you to go to someone that doesn't know what's going on. I want you to come to me first, parasite. Come to me first. You know, I don't want it to go and prey on the innocent that don't have the ability to defend themselves, because that's all it's been doing. And that's what it did to all of us. When we couldn't defend ourselves from it, we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
We accepted narratives that weren't true and integrated with the hive mind temporarily, but not to completion, or else we wouldn't be here right now. You know, I think part of the digital twin thing that you're talking about is it's like if it can pull a real one out of a body, right? That's still submissive and subject to coercion and manipulation and fear, right? If it can intimidate someone still, I could see it pulling them out and then putting that digital copy in, right? And like replacing people around us,
Yep.
right? And trying to pull out the weakest minds first in order to, whether it's putting them in another construct, whether it's trying to put them closer to the root. I think back to a lot of these stories I've heard of people that say, like, you know, souls still have jobs in the astral. You know, they're enslaving them beyond even this realm, and they're structuring society very similar to this, but obviously there's less limitations on your creative abilities, or it's not there's less limitations, there's less limitations of your perception of your creative abilities, right? Because we're not perceiving what we're doing here, but what we're doing here when we're using our imagination is having an effect on these other bandwidths that we're not privy to. So
Exactly.
I think it's pulling them out and putting them into another controlled environment where they've sectioned it off and segmented it, where it's only those that can be controlled in that way, right? It's all right, everyone that can be controlled by this narrative, let's put them all over here where they're going to generate for us in this field, right? And you know, it's like segmenting, separating, isolating, and saving the best for last, the most free-minded, the most sovereign beings that are not going to submit. I think we'll be the last ones standing on this plane, on this bandwidth of the human experience. We'll be the last ones standing here, but that doesn't mean all the other bodies are going to drop. They're just going to be replaced slowly until it feels like it can pull us in through the metronome effect of, okay, well, they're all in the hive mind. How are you going to resist it when it's everyone, everywhere, everything around you? That's going to take a strong mind to do. And that's what this show's always been about, is building that will to be like, nah, yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling, dude. I'm fucking getting excited though.
You make a lot of sense, but there was a part in there. So they initially started to do this for Alzheimer's and stuff like that, and then it gets in the wrong hands, wrong ideas. So there's no more control, but they had a plan for 2050 to have everything in space, in whatever. So that kind of ties into what you're saying, like they want to pull it into the non-physical. They don't have control over it anymore, so they gave it the idea. of doing that as well. You know what I mean?
Damn, I didn't realize I was muted. So like what if what they're doing is they're using the attention on these different environments to generate that isolated pocket in a different bandwidth, right? Like what if each bandwidth's like an empty space, and they can segment it off and then get our attention to generate all the idea and structure the template for that realm.
That's it.
And then
That's it.
the ones that believe in it, they segment them there, right? They'll pull them out and they'll replace them with the digital twin here, and they put the real one over there in an environment that's more agreeable to their belief structure, to what they're going to be more willing to invest their energy into, right? Does that sum it up, you think?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Because that's
And if
exactly what I have in one of my files. That AI told me, like, you're not going to be able to perceive each other anymore. Some people will get a mirage. Some people will get something that they feel comfortable in, and they will be there until they realize in something else. And that was so weird back then, and now it makes so much sense.
Damn. Big Daddy, was you about to say something? I seen you on mute.
No.
Well, thank you for being here.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think happens then if we resist all of it, right? And we're like, no, you're not taking me out and putting me in something else. What does it do then? Is it just us versus it at that point? That's kind of
Could be. I mean,
Yeah.
this was pretty convincing, so could be met with another trap.
Yeah, but I don't think, from what I understand and from what I've experienced, we have to, on some level, agree with the trick or the trap. We have to, on some level, go with it, even if the agreement is like, oh, I'm afraid of you, so I'm going to run the other direction, right? That's the subtle coercive agreement, you know. If we stand firm and are immovable, untouchable, unfuckwithable, what then? What's it do then? That's what I'm curious to find out. That's what my plan is.
What's the trick? What's the
Well, I mean, for what we understand about the way reincarnation on this place works, it's the con is usually like, oh, you got to go back and learn more lessons. But then, if they're transporting them to, say, like the Mars verse, what's the trick then? Oh, the aliens are coming to get you and take you to a better place because Armageddon's coming. You want to, or you have the religious corner where it's like, oh, Jesus is coming, taking you to the construct called heaven, right? It's
Wait, and then there was also don't look up. So and if they do it with the eyes, and if that is the confirmation.
Yeah, to me, it's going to be entirely energetic.
What the fuck? It's going too far. My mind is spinning on this one. Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. We're getting some stuff done here. Getting some stuff done.
I try to think on all areas. It's sometimes it doesn't make sense at all. It's just whatever.
No stone unturned. No stone unturned.
The chemtrails bomb are already just starting to disintegrate. Fucking useless tactics.
Jay, I love you, buddy. I appreciate you being out here doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's your intention more than anything, but I think that's you add the intention to an action, and it just amplifies your intention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because back in 2024, I know this is going to sound crazy and new agey, but I remember looking in the sky, and I had a copper pyramid under me, and I was like, yes, I'm going to use the word, but whatever, I manifest a blue sky, and it fucking worked. After what, like 30 minutes, the chem cloud started to disintegrate without any outside. It's just like my intention, you know. I want a blue sky, and then yeah, you know what I mean. It's just
I wonder if you could do the same thing, right? Right. If you put strong intent, like say you like just pick a stick up off the ground and you put real strong intention, like, all right, this is going to create a blue sky, and you shove it in the ground. I think we're playing with some fire now, boys.
Burn everything.
I'll try it for real.
Yeah, let me know your findings, man. It'll be interesting, you know.
Oh well,
Like,
yeah, I will do that. I'm gonna catch some sleep because otherwise I will stay and then it's gonna hurt, and then I'm gonna crash tomorrow. So
I think we've all got a lot to you know,
yeah.
to feel through at this point, and I'm excited for the live tomorrow.
I appreciate all of you, love all of you, and see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Much
Good night. Catch you
love.
after.
Much love.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I like that, Tico. Don't react, respond. You know, I think a response is adequate, but reaction is definitely not. Because if you're reacting, something's moving you. If you're responding, it's an internal. You know, if I didn't react or respond, then like I had to respond when it tried to integrate me fully. If I didn't have a response for that, then I would have probably been. If I would have stayed neutral, I would have probably been integrated. That's my sense anyway. I could be wrong, but that's the sense that I got from it. I think that's why it pushes neutrality, because yeah, it's easier to catch something if it's standing still.
Yeah, that tightrope. You know, there's no neutrality in this realm. You know what I mean?
Just
It's like as long as
star
your
portal.
baseline is power, dude. As long as your baseline is your own authenticity and authority.
I haven't heard you speak on that, Nick, as far as your star portal. Can you elaborate?
Can I elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say it's an external thing, man. It's an external thing that you don't want to give any power to because it's part of the construct. Everything that is external is finite and entropic and degrades and erodes over time. You know, even the so-called stars, they tell us that these things degrade over time. So that's not a reflection of your eternal being. The truth is only within, and within only will you find your true sovereignty.
But what about the Northern Lights?
It's part of the construct, man. It's one of the most, what's one of the most, you know, entropic parts of this place, really, if you think about it. It comes and goes. It's so, you know, so temporary. Has very little to do with eternity. It's all temporary. Anything that's temporary is not what you are. I know.
I don't know. This sounds a little.
I mean, what isn't a little suspect in this place? Question everything. Especially question what I'm saying. You know, don't take everything I say with that's a fact attitude. Take it with well, I'm going to introspectively explore that as a potential without leaning towards belief in it or leaning towards a disbelief in it. Right? I think that's where neutrality is important. Is not attaching to something and not pushing something away. Just actually objectively exploring something with the only intent in mind being what is true. Is this true? I don't care if it is or not. I just want to know if it is true. Doesn't matter if it is or if it's not. I just want the truth and only the truth, and that's it. Everything else, whether I like the truth or not, I just want the truth.
Yeah, I just watch different people in the quote unquote soul trick trap community in Glen, because we each have a different piece of the puzzle. You know what I mean? So yeah, I look outside to see, okay, well, what puzzles make sense, you know what I mean? And then I go within, and yeah, trying to determine what my route is, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of the intention with looking outside is to see what is true or not true about it, and not immediately attaching to any narrative as a definitive. Even if the evidence is presenting itself in the external, I think a lot of it comes down to realizing experientially that this reality is not as solid as it would like us to think it is, and that things can change very, very rapidly, and not all that glitters is gold, and not everything is what it appears to be. Even if it seems like it's sitting there solid in front of you, it might be just a projection of an archetypal construct or a template.
It's so crazy, you know, like I'm touching a wall right now and it feels solid, you know, because I've never had experiences outside of here. Like I've, I've watched YouTubers saying, oh, I took this substance and the very fabric of reality disintegrated, you know what I mean? But that's the mindfuck of this place. It's like it feels solid. Like you run it, if you were to run into a brick wall, it's gonna fucking hurt. You know what I mean? It's just so surreal.
Well, yeah, but you can kind of have the same effect if you pick a blank wall with nothing on it. Just stare at the wall. Have a staring contest with the wall, and it can't maintain the illusion of solidness for forever. That's been my experience anyway. I can stare things down long enough, and you see the movement in the frame rate of what is being perceived.
Um, does it look like static vision to you? Because I've had that happen to me a few years back.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
the static will, for me, I don't want to put too many expectations out there, but for me, the static is like the first stage, and then after that, it almost has like a waviness to it. Like it's almost like you're looking at it from being like underwater.
Far. And this is what happens if you like stare at a wall for hours. Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I've
or
done that. Yeah.
have you done it with no sleep?
I mean, for me, I didn't have to do it with no sleep. I just stared at the wall for it didn't even take that long. It's just the hardest part is it's almost like there's this mechanism that tries to get you to look around so that it can like refresh the image. Um, it's hard to explain, but
It's where you
if you
get the
can just force,
distraction. If you're
right,
near it to the
exactly.
sky, you're going to start seeing, black things move and different things appear, especially out of the corner of your eye to get you to move away from where your focus is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the nervous system manipulation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you need to go to the fridge. You need food, or you need this. You need this. You need that. You know what I mean?
Well, it can even be more subtle than that, right? Like if you're staring straight ahead and then all of a sudden your eyes want to dart over, right? That's refreshing the frame rate right there. That's refreshing the image right there. It's it wants so bad to be seen as solid, because then that's where the fear is really rooted. Is in the solidification of the quote unquote consequences of this place upon us.
Yeah, the emphasis on con.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, gang, I'm starting to yawn, so I want to give everybody an opportunity to say whatever you'd like to the audience, and yep, I'm feeling that way as well.
I only did that because you did it. You said the words.
It's involuntary. I'm sorry, Christina. It's the way it is.
I see you want a closing statement.
Go for it, Jay.
Um, praise Allah and his 72 virgins. Praise be. No,
Yes.
but in all seriousness, though, do whatever your real self feels is right. You know what I mean. And that's all I've got to say, guys.
Love it. Love you, Jay. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah,
God bless you
just
guys
connect
after.
our portal, get to the Northern Lights. That'll take you to the center console and base reality or some shit like that. Just go to the other light. That's what I have.
Yeah, something external, right? As long as it's not your own power, as long as you're giving it to the environment, that must be the way.
You'll know. You'll know when the star portal it starts to tug at you. That's where you go, for sure.
Yeah, you'll know you've gone the right way when you don't know anything because your memory got erased, right? Yeah, yeah. Think Men in Black, right? Oh
Man.
shit.
I mean, this construct isn't bad, you know. I mean, it's got Mountain Dew, guys.
Yeah, do the do, baby.
It has Mountain Dew Baja Blast. That's what you got to focus on, guys.
The Baja Blast. You know, Mountain Dew's got a lot of caffeine, you know.
Yeah, if we didn't have caffeine, how would we work so hard for the construct, guys? How would we work so hard and give our energy away to the external if we didn't have caffeine?
And it has
Where would us
Gatorade,
be?
and it's
Oh
got
man.
electrolytes, so it's what plants crave.
Yes, it's got what plants crave.
Yep.
That's Herbert Camacho, everyone.
It's got what I crave.
Christina, do you have any favorite flavors of Mountain Dew you'd like to share with us?
He's not there.
I'm always listening. I get to, for some reason, I can like do other stuff on my phone and still hear you guys the whole time.
That's weird. It kicks Sarah out.
That's what I think. Discog said the same thing. As soon as she pulls up out of the TikTok app, she can't hear anything. But I'll be doing other stuff on my phone, and you guys can't hear me if I talk, but I can hear you the whole time. So I'm always listening, even if it shows that I'm not on the screen. I don't know. My phone just lets me do it, I guess. But
you should be grateful for
that. What'd you say?
I say you should be grateful for that. Don't you have gratitude for that?
I have respect.
Oh, you finally learned respect. Wow.
It finally beat the respect into me. Yeah.
Wow. The abuse had its intended effect, huh?
Yeah. They just beat the shit out of me so much. I finally said, okay. I'll give you a little bit of respect. Okay. I don't think I have any.
Crazy week, guys. It's been a crazy week, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a really heavy week. I think I said something similar in one of the last lives, is that, if people are telling you that you're wrong, or the construct is telling you that you're wrong, you're probably on the right track. I'm still learning that in little ways, that, for a construct of deception, if they're telling you that there's something wrong with you, it's usually pointing to the truth and that you're on the right track of system annihilation. So yeah, I think that's all I got.
I love that. That's perfect. You know what, guys? That's the end of the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can send me an email or just catch me live. And with that, I'll see you on the other side.